3 years ago, our daughter was diagnosed with pulmonary arterial hypertension. And I think we all know that it's hard enough to face the diagnosis of a very rare illness. Never mind when you suddenly realize that in the country that you live in, 80% of what you need for your daughter is not available.
Pulmonary hypertension is high blood pressure in the lungs. Over time, it puts a strain on the right side of the heart and can cause congestive heart failure on the right side of the heart. It's a highly lethal disease if it's not treated. It is treatable now, though, so it's important to recognize these patients, diagnose them, and begin them on treatment.
Initially, it was a terrible shock. We started to do as much research as we could, and very slowly I realized, well, hold on, there are 3 pathways to treatment, and only one of those pathways gets dealt with in South Africa. When we started to speak to the doctors and say, what about the other treatments? We were told it's not possible. It's not registered in South Africa. You can't have access to it. One of the things we realized is nobody knows what we're talking about when we say pH. In fact, if you say pulmonary hypertension, it sounds like something quite innocuous. The point is it's not.
Pulmonary arterial hypertension, an illness caused by the narrowing of the arteries in the lungs. Tell us about how you were diagnosed.
Basically, I was very breathless and very fatigued. And
it very soon became something that Jenna was pretty obsessed with, because she realized that if we can get earlier diagnosis for anybody else, we are helping them. So she was the perfect person to lead this campaign of driving awareness for this illness. What it meant was, at the same time, we were reaching out globally through the use of digital media, our website. We started something called the Jenna Lowe Trust. Jenna and Christy wrote a song, and it is available globally on iTunes. That raises money for the medication. It also raises awareness for the disease. And when we reached out to Dr. David Badish in the US, or to the UK, or to Dr. Anne Kial in Sydney, their response was, are you joking? Of course we will help you. Anne Kial in Sydney had heard her song. She said to me, I go to sleep at night with the words of her song ringing in my ears. I'm still breathing. Quite a few people since Jenna's campaign have been diagnosed as a direct result of that campaign. That's the first thing. The second thing is to make sure that people are taking breathlessness seriously. Without a doubt, there are hundreds and hundreds of patients in South Africa who are not being diagnosed. We also are helping those people to get the drugs into the country, showing them how to go about it in the right way, how to fill in the paperwork, and how not to say no. That's Jenna's legacy. This is not easy. She's 19, she's beautiful, she's talented, she's bright, and this is cruel. She shouldn't be facing this. So the only way for her to extract any value is to leave a legacy that someone else is going to have it easier than she did.
Hey everyone, I'm sorry if you can hear the hiss of my oxygen, but unfortunately I can't take it off. I'm on it 24/7 now. I'm currently awaiting a lung transplant. The pH has got bad enough that I'm going to need a bilateral transplant, both lungs. And while I wait for that, I'm pretty much at home, stuck in my room, because I'm not doing so well. So I spend about 60% of my day sleeping, and the rest of the time I read or just lie still, because it's very difficult for me to move around or exert myself in any way. We don't know when my lungs might come, because it's obviously incredibly unpredictable when we get a donor. So in the meanwhile, while we wait, we have also tried to include organ donation in our focus, and it's become really important to me and my family to create awareness, just to get it to be something that South Africans are discussing and that they're aware of. And I understand that it's a personal choice, but the more that people are talking about it, the more the people that are considering it, the more people we can help. And for me, it's obviously, it's very personal, it's very urgent feeling, but right now I'm just so grateful to everyone for coming out tonight and supporting us and supporting this cause and helping me. So I hope you have a beautiful evening and enjoy.